Like Port did in that quarter.
Full house, first semi, elimination for the loser, the winner, Hawthorn next Saturday at the G. It's that simple. There is everything in a footballer's life to play for. Pavlich to Hill. Hill nurses the ball to Walters, who is so good overhead.
He's the one for Fremantle, Richo, at the other end. And great coaching from Ross Lyon. He had Pav up the ground. He was genuine full forward. Get him as much space as you can. And they are looking for him to have a Robbie Gray quarter. Michael Walters, he's looked the most dangerous the whole night. Perfect start for the Dockers.
Yeah, what a great mark. He is so good overhead for a small forward. Could it be Schultz? Could he be the man in the last quarter? 30 of his 64 goals this year have come in the last quarter. He kicks them late, Schultz.
Gone for an enormous run up here. There's Michael Walters. He kicked 2 in the third quarter. It was him and Gray going goal for goal. Here he is with a big one to put Fremantle back in front. He struck it brilliantly. Goal umpire has not even moved. The Purple Haze are up and about.
Cracking start out of the middle.
He's just such a talent, isn't he, Richo Walters? I love watching him play. He's just capable of doing exactly what we saw there. I reckon he's the sort of player that would be, get away, give me the space, I'm the man.
He wants the moment.
He wants it, doesn't he?
And good by Pav, played in front as that hit-up player at centre-half forward, and then he didn't go back and kick over the mark. Got that handball receive out, makes it easier for the leading forwards.
I reckon he's the sort of player, Michael Walters just says, get out of the space. Yep. I am the man. I can deliver on the big stage. He's got that little bit of strut about him.
He can turn you inside out, Das.
I think you're right, Das, because he's isolating Walters and Crozier, the two smaller forwards.
Oh, boy. I hope you're enjoying this. Ollie Wines to White. White, the speed machine, takes on Pearce. Did he run out of tarmac?
Oh, he's called too far.
Oh, that's a horrible call.
Bit unlucky.
There was the tackle burst again.
Let's have a look.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Then he took a bounce. There's no sense of occasion, the umpire. Maybe he did run slightly too far, but I love the courage of that from Matt White. I mean, Pearce is lightning, and he just backs himself in, Matt White. I think he's stiff there.
Oh, the speed machine. Here comes Zach Clark overhead. Sandlands, Hartlett, out the back, Broadbent. What do I do, he says. I go underground to Paddy Carlisle, who kicks to half forward. Ibbotson in the way, opportunity to Boer. Here comes Nate Fife, that's ignored. Big call by De Boer. Walters again, Pavlich sneaks in, off hands. Port Adelaide stand and deliver. Now Main arrives. Near the boundary line, slips over.
Yeah, not a great decision from De Boer. Fife one-on-one. Polnick as a defender who doesn't want to be a full-back. He's just got to read the occasion there. You give Fife a one-on-one chance every single time.
It was a simple hit-up lead on his left leg there.
Sandlin's in front, knocking forward. Mundy on the run, gets a really good look, kicks it to the top of the square deliberately, and Crozier has marked.
Great call, BT. Took that extra step, and what a great centering ball. What a classy player.
What a start here in the last quarter for the Dockers. They've got the crowd back on their side by kicking the Walters' third goal, and now Crozier has kicked one tonight. His second goal will see Fremantle in front by 10 points.
Yeah, what a great centering ball. So unselfish from Dave Mundy. Just looked inboard, took the extra step. I thought he was going to get mowed down, but he spotted Crozier on his left side, and the small forwards having a massive influence here in the second half. Wingard and Gray down one end, Walters and Crozier at the start of this last quarter.
Again, Aaron Sandilands, outstanding stoppage work, just using the space available. And David Mundy, so clever, great vision, makes an absolute certainty of it for Crozier. Really good work by the Dockers. They've started this quarter very, very well.
Sandlands with a double-handed knockdown. Fife in amongst it. Crowley head over the footy, desperate.
So great coaching from Ross Lyon for me. Walters and also Crozier, the small forwards, but they put a loose back. Brad Ebert has rolled himself back as a loose man to try and give some coverage there.
And Freo had the loose around the stoppage, though, Das. They should be able to win it out here.
Paddy Carlisle caught in the Pavlich tackle. Wingard down the line. Trengo, good hands, or were they? No, couldn't glue it.
And that's the other move. Decided Kenny Hinkley to push Trengo to centre forward, and I like it. Silvani was the late withdrawal. He's got massive size advantage on Ibbotson. There's Jackson Trengo.
There's Sandilands. This has been worrying Port all night. The Sandilands work in close. Boak hasn't had a lot of space with Crowley being all over him. Westhoff, deliberate knock. Hill's there. He can open you up here. He's got a ripping, hoiking left boot. He sends it long. It's Walters that's got under his man again. He runs back in a foot race. Walters and O'Shea. O'Shea would be a little nervous. Did he get him in the back? The umpire said no. The crowd go berserk.
On first look, he did.
Hartlett, Ebert. Now the counter-attack footy is on. Hartlett wide. Around the corner, White just couldn't quite handle it cleanly. Let's have a look at it.
Okay, was this a push in the back, Richo? I'm with you. My initial glance was he did in the end get into the back of Walters.
It was a hold.
Oh, yeah, we fell in the middle of his back.
I'll tell you what, it was in the back, it was high, and he didn't have the footy. There were three you could have played there. Surely we could have found one of them. Sandilands. Having said that, the umpires have done a great job here tonight.
Yeah, they have. But that was reasonably obvious.
Hartlett. Corns. Back inside to Wingard. Fremantle by 10. Lots of time. Have a look at the crowd, glued to their seats. Not sure whether to smile or cry just yet. Kick wide. Lobie back inside, looking for Need. Duffield muscled his way through, kept it in the field to play nicely, and that'll be a free to Daniel Pearce. Pearce down the line, looking for Crozier, who this time gets a free. So the crowd are really getting stirred up out there at the moment. They've whipped themselves into a partial frenzy here at Patterson's. As Crozier goes long and deep, Mundy. Trengo the thump away. Lobie the little handball. Need the speed machine. He too takes them on. Wants the give and go. He's got it. He's electric. He's caught. Got to go. More. Not such a good effort. Gray arrives. Monfries was free, and he couldn't get him the ball as he turned back in the middle.
And Westhoff had pushed so hard forward. He was on his own. If any of those 50-50 balls in the middle there went Port Adelaide's way, Westhoff was on his own inside 50.
Gee, Lingy, has Ibbotson dislocated his elbow or his shoulder?
Yeah, certainly looks like a shoulder. BT's getting checked out. I'll find out more soon.
Did not look good. Looked like a dislocation of some type. Needs been decapitated. And he'll get a free. Is he within range?
Gee, the little blokes are playing well. Needs giving them some life here.
They're trying to get that shoulder back in with Ibbotson. There's no doubt it's out at the moment. The kick is floated up there. The marking attempt couldn't quite bring it down on that occasion. I think it was Schultz in amongst all that. Everything happening here at the moment. I think the shoulder's almost back in.
Yeah, BT, you called it perfectly there. The shoulder out. The doctor trying to get that one back in.
Ouch. Wowee. Look at that.
Gotta hurt.
They're still trying to yank it back in. No time to go up the race. It's a tough game. Wine snaps and kicks an unbelievable goal. Porter back within 4. We're going to have a goal review. We are going to have a goal review.
Okay. I believe it's a goal. We'll go up anyway.
All right, the call is a goal.
Umpire's call is a goal. Yeah. Score review. Umpire's call is a goal. Just please check that it went through the goal.
Well, they're not worried about the post. It's just whether it went through the big ones. And I think we'll see this very clearly.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt.
I think we've got the video machine stuck.
Where we are, that went through the goal. So
Review complete, confirmed goal.
There goes Ibbotson. He's in a bit of trouble, Das, going down into the room.
And that's a big worry for Fremantle because Silvani pulled out late. They're undersized in defence. And Ken Hinkley's all over that. He's been pushing Trengo forward. Schultz and Westhoff haven't had a big impact, but they are really undersized down there now.
Ollie Wines kicks his second goal. He's had a pretty good night as well.
Well, here's the Garrick Ibbotson shoulder injury. Just that lunging effort to tackle Jake Need there. Popped his shoulder out and very, very sore. We could see the doctors couldn't get it back into place on the bench, so he's gone down into the rooms. So I think to have another crack at it.
It's a tough game. Fremantle by 4 points. And I tell you what, these players are tough. Neil, De Boer out of the middle. Super Pav, beautiful smooth pickup. Barlow, sharp hands, Fife, had to put his head over the ball. Monfries was bearing down on him. And now Boak goes inside 50. Dawson turns Schultz around. Bounce won't be kind. Was it deliberate? Was he under pressure?
He's had a good night, Zach Dawson. We know he gets his critics from time to time, but he's basically taken Jay Schultz right out of this game. Schultz has had no impact at all.
He's won all the one-on-one battles, Dawson. Neutralised it to ground level.
The loser is out. The winner's got the Hawks. It doesn't get any easier from here. Broadbent.
Gee, they've done well, pressing up.
He's the thumping kick of the footy, Broadbent. If he can get the momentum and wind up and send it long and deep, it's right to the line, but it's offline.
BT, you mentioned that this footy is a tough game. Well, Garrick Ibbotson just came sprinting back past us. He's had his shoulder popped back into place.
He's not ready to go.
He's back on the bench and keen to get back into it, Garrick Ibbotson.
Oh, come on.
That is incredible.
Take 5 minutes off, for goodness sake. Kick down the line. Zach Clark off hands, Need. Porter pressing on the tackle there. Subin couldn't get him. Drills it inside. Westhoff takes the mark. Well within range. Plays on with a handball to Wines. Wines will run in and kick his third goal. And they're back in front, Port Adelaide.
Well, there's a weird ball drop from Blake Wines.
And that nearly missed.
Says he's nearly shanked it. What a jet he is, pushing forward. But the fact of it, Ibbotson off, Westhoff goes forward, takes a mark. They're a key defender down, and Port Adelaide back in front. There's going to be twists and turns in this next 13 minutes. That man on screen there is an absolute star.
Well, BT, you couldn't believe it, but Garrick Ibbotson straight back out on the ground. We saw Westhoff take that mark and having an influence in the air. Ibbotson sprinted back out there, keen to take part in this game. Can't believe that he had a dislocated shoulder that they couldn't get back into place on the bench.
Structurally, it's massive too, Lingy, because Silvani pulled out late. Ibbotson has to play key defence, and it hurt them in that last mark from Westhoff.
Mzungu, pressure causing the slip. White steps on the gas from 50 out. It's straightening, it's there. It's not tucked by Spur. This is a big lead now for Port. It's a 9-point lead here for Port Adelaide. They've kicked 3 in a row and they've busted this wide open.
What about Chelsea Roffey? She absolutely no issues at all. She's done a great job. No score review on this, so White's goal. Let's have a look and see if there's any doubt at all. She's in the box seat and no hesitation. See if there's any chance Spur tried to get a fingernail on it. She's in the perfect spot, no problems at all.
And Neil didn't even try and say that he touched that ball.
This is Hatcam all over it here. It's a goal, 9 goals to 4 in the second half for a rampaging Port Adelaide side.
He should have tried to at least milk that there, Neil.
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Fingernail in it.
Great shot.
Gee, the pressure gets to you. Unfortunately, Mzungu dropped a mark he would take 9 times out of 10.
What have the Dockers got? Ebert, the run of Pollock. Rebound comes to Pollock. He can set it alight and send it long and deep, but misses left. So a 10-point margin in front. 42,338. 43,000 is the capacity here. So it's basically a full house. Fremantle, can they find something? Clark strong overhead. They're away. Mundy through space. Pav leads. Got the Dukes out in front. Pearce is dynamic with the left boot. An inching kick to Barlow. Beautiful save by O'Shea. To Boak.
Tell you what, the defensive chase there from Travis Boak. Barlow was off. He was out.
Tight contact. Port Adelaide.
This man's been good, Need.
He's been really good in this last quarter. He's just given them real life.
Fifth touch of this quarter.
It's opening up a bit too, this game now.
Hartnett with a low bullet. Stolen here by Mundy. Straight up the eye-diddle-diddle go the Purple Haze. Barlow, the fluoro-booted Barlow was horrible off the lead. Off the left, here's Need. Through the middle, they can reload. Pollock's got it again. Loves the left. Here's Ollie Wines. Have a look at the thighs. They're rather large. They're big pumping ones. And this time he finds Westhoff, or does he? A desperate lunging spoil there from the Fremantle Dockers.
What about Ollie Wines?
Crozier.
Yeah, great effort, Crozier. Ollie Wines, second-year player, 3-goal, 25 possession final.
He's a star.
He's just a champion.
Oh, Crozier, sensational effort. And here's his mate, Lockie Neal.
Now he's got to chase.
Neal goes deep. Walters has got his man under the footy again. But this time, Pittard was good and solid.
They've got Broadbent back behind the ball. It's going to be hard for the Dockers to get around him. Do they even that up, Lingy?
I would. He's starting to have an influence now. Play even numbers ahead. Look for Fife on the move at this stoppage here. He wants his clearance.
There he is. He was on the move, but he just missed it by a bees. Now Mundy. Pavlich marks. Big time player. Big time goal needed. Coaches draw collective breath, and we are now situated with the game's record holder, 6-time best and fairest, Matthew Pavlich, the captain of Fremantle, to inch him back.
He would have had thousands of shots from here, BT. The training.
Pavlich, you can feel the tension. The purple supporters just want to get out of their seat, but they're not going to. Just not far enough left. They're nervous. They're very, very nervous here at the moment. The home crowd. They trail by 10. Everton, how's that? Dislocated shoulder one moment. Really good mark the next. And the set-up, handball to Boer. Everton! Take a bow anyway. And De Boer kicked it, but Everton set it up.
I mean, how many shots Freo have missed to the right-hand side down that end?
Most of them, Richo. Trengove. Out wide, here's Gray. Man of the moment in the third quarter, 4 third-quarter goals. The board done well since coming on the ground. Sends out to Mzungu. This is where they like to go up the middle. Hill was looking for someone. The kick's got to be good. Mundy slipped over. Gives an opportunity for Homch. Out the back to Pollock. He wanted the give and go from Mead. Instead he goes back to Homch. The fumble. Now Crozier got to keep his feet. Couldn't. Pearce is hurt. Ball basically goes over the top of him. And now O'Shea. Through the middle. Got the runner on the outside here. Got the runner in Pittard. He pulls up. Understands his capabilities. Got Monfrey short if he wants. Not sure why he didn't take that. Now he goes long and deep. Schultz wanting the free. Umpire said no. Westhoff has kept it alive momentarily.
Port have got a really good, strong setup here behind the football. It's going to be really tough for Freo to win the ball from here and get through.
Gray, sharp handball, Hartlett. Moore takes them on. Just turned him in the tackle. Main, here's Westhoff. Oh, Duffield, superb mark.
This is the hard part now, trying to get through.
Everyone is compressed into the Port Adelaide forward half of the ground. Trengove and Clark. Off hands, Pearce. Needs to get rid of it. Caught by Schultz. Umpire gave him an eternity.
Ball, too long.
there's going to be some heroics here in the last 8 minutes. That tackle from Jay Schultz, who's had a really quiet night, for a big key forward to run down a faster Pearce is a big moment in this game. We saw it last night. Todd Goldstein made a name for himself. Who's going to stand up here now?
Schultz deep. Monfries. Now this kick suits the Monfries draw of the footy. He's a right to left worker. He's not a prodigious kick. He kicks it reasonably low, but he does work the footy right to left. Bit of a hooker. Big kick. If he gets this, they lead by 15. Monfries. Kick of the footy a little and just hung it out too far to the right, trying to work it back.
Since this current final system, which was brought into play in 2000, never have 2 top 4 teams gone out at this stage.
Well, that's right. And if Fremantle to go out, they would be the second on top of last night's effort with Geelong. Never happened before, as Richo said.
Time, just give us...
He kicked the way of Broadbent.
This will test the courage of the Fremantle Dockers' ability to take a risk through the middle. It's come unstuck a couple of times, but you still, if you want to get back, you've still got to be brave. You've got to take a chance.
Zach, 3 minutes forward. Moving on. Fly on.
So 7 minutes won't be long before Port can start to work the clock a little. And Fremantle are forced to take risks at the moment. They probably need to, but don't have to. But the clock is going to start to work against them in a minute.
Well, they have to, because they're kicking it long straight back to these players. Broadbent, Trengove. They've got to try and get a switch and take a risk now.
Trengove, not interested in going up the middle. Wanted to go wide, near the boundary line. Duffield's caught in the tackle there by Lobie. And another ball up.
Great for Port Adelaide now. If they can manage to get 4 or 5, half a dozen stoppages in a row here, just choose up a couple of minutes. Koshy very, very happy with the way it's going at the moment, but they need to defend well here, Port Adelaide, not let it get out.
Boak around on the left, high footy. Had his eyes on the footy there, Edmondson. Waiting for some help, shoveled it out to Spur. Dangerous handball. They look nervous. And now 11-point lead to Port Adelaide. You can see Koshy there, and Cos Cardone, one of the directors, a couple of other directors there for Port Adelaide. Duffield. Sandilands trying to sweep it over the back. Little handball back inside. Here they go, the Hill kick to a 2-on-1. And a free kick will go the way of Fremantle here.
That's a ball, high contact, Freo.
The ball wants the footy quickly.
That's you.
He need to go. Pavlich has got Broadbent 1-on-1 if he wants. Alapati Carlisle gets back to help now. Muzungu from the side. Up he flies. No winner in the air. 5 off hands. Ebert with a crunching goal-saving tackle. Spills to Pearce. Pearce around the bodies. Kick the goal. They're back, Freo. They're back within 5 points.
What about that effort? Daniel Pearce, who was down for a standing 8 count on the wing here in front of us about 3 minutes ago. It's just an amazing effort. They were out on their feet, Fremantle. They've pushed hard. They went through the middle. Great contest from Muzungu. He didn't wait for Pavlich. 5 picked up a hard footy off his toes. And this could go either way. 5.5 minutes left. There's a lot of goals still to be kicked. It is absolutely game on here.
Absolutely. Massive centre clearance coming up. How good's Fife here? Somehow he got a handball off.
Just
desperate.
Just made contact. It was good stuff.
I reckon Port Adelaide have got to keep playing here. I reckon they've just gone a little bit safe and a little bit slow too early. There's still 5.5 minutes to go. They still need to play the footy that got them in front in the first place.
They've got 8 defenders here, Port Adelaide.
Good knock by Sandlands. It gave Fife a chance. Wines wrapped up in the Fife tackle. You can see Fife almost willing his team over the line here. A desperate last couple of minutes from Nath Fife. Here's O'Shea in the back. Got him, Pav. Got him. The bear hug. The clamp. It's on. O'Shea can't get rid of it. Ball locked in. Fronting little handball from Westhoff. The ball goes hard. They're all there. Fremantle have got it locked at their end of the ground. Pav spun in the tackle. Broadbent now. under enormous pressure here, Port Adelaide. They've got to keep it locked in, Fremantle. Hill from 50 metres out. Long footy. Westhoff marked, no. Are behind.
That last
4-point margin.
Unbelievable. Nate Fyfe, his centre clearance before, he was an animal. He just refused to have anything apart from that footy in his hands.
He just willed it out of there, didn't he? Grunt.
Joel Selwood like.
Yep. He just grunted it out. Paddy Carlisle in defence. 3 goals apiece in the last quarter. Fyfe couldn't get a second bite on it. They're out. They're out. They're out of the clamp here, Port Adelaide. Sandlands has got to chase Wingard. That ain't going to work. Well done, though, Sandlands. Work the angle. Duffield and Need. Need and Duffield. He needs help. There's lots of help, but he can't get it out to any of the help. In the end, somehow Port Adelaide got it to Wingard. Wingard snap at goal, and he kicks it. Back out by 10 points, Port Adelaide.
He's a star. He's an absolute match winner. He got the ball on the wing. He ran and carried. He got it inside 50 and he kept running.
Richo, that is one of the greatest plays I've ever seen from Chad Wingard. That run to break out the back, the work rate then to get to this one, as you were saying, and somehow the composure to finish from there. Chad Wingard, you are an absolute star.
4 goals to Wingard, Lee. It's just had everything. Look at Koshy out of his seat. They're going right up and about the Port Adelaide directors and chairman, and that is a massive effort. The superstars, they find a way, don't they? Robbie Gray's kick 4, Wingard's kick 4.
They're throwing everything back now. They've only got 2 forward. Schultz and Need. Everyone else is back.
4 minutes to go. 4 last quarter goals. Moore goes forward to Need. Need marks. If he kicks this, it is over.
And they just went all out of that centre bounce. Fyfe tried to storm through, and it went out the back the other way. So now, Lingy, you're absolutely right. They're going to just hang on to the footy. 3.5 minutes, soak up a bit of time.
Monfries kicks the ball deep. Schultz has got the break here, and he's got the mark. Sticky hands.
Okay. In the contest, Mark. Schultz.
What a great grab, Jay Schultz. What about the superstars in this Port Adelaide team? Ollie Wines and Wingard, both of them 21 and 20 years of age.
Still 19, Ollie
Still
Wines.
19, Wines, turning 20.
So Schultz has not kicked a goal tonight. There'll never be a more important goal in his life than this one now. He kicks this, Port win. 35 out, 45 angle. He chips and he goals. Schultz has kicked the goal and shocked the crowd, and it is dead quiet.
11 goals in this second half to Port Adelaide, and you just felt at half-time Freo hadn't taken their chances. They should have been a lot further in front, and a team like this that can score 11 goals and a half in a final, they had a sniff at half-time. Wingard's goal just before the main break kept them in it. What a great performance. They've got so much confidence knowing they can run games out.
Well, this is the highest score kicked against Fremantle since 2012. They have shocked the crowd here, Port Adelaide. They're up by 16 with under 3 minutes remaining in the game. It's not impossible, but everything's got to work perfectly for them from here on. Schultz to Boak. Boak out of the middle. One bounce, sends it to an open goal square, needs a slider. Offline to the left.
Fremantle have won 28 out of their last 30 games, 22 of their last 23. They just haven't been beaten here. Ken Hinkley has masterminded something special here in a big final. 3 goals, 6 in the second quarter. Fremantle had total domination, and they will have nightmares about that, the Dockers.
They were gettable shots. A lot of missed set shots.
Broad bench. Crozier through traffic there. An opportunity here. Port Adelaide are going to play Hawthorn next Saturday at the MCG. And taking all the time in the world more, you can almost feel the energy being sucked out of the supporters here at Patterson Stadium.
It's one of the great football stories. 2 years ago, we were talking about Port Adelaide being in the football wilderness for the next 5 years. They had total disarray. Financially, they were shot, and all of a sudden, David Koch comes along, Ken Hinkley comes along.
There's never been a quicker turnaround in a club.
It's been amazing.
A minute 32 from glory here for Port Adelaide to take on Hawthorn. Full house against the odds. Port come here and they're going to win this game. They were 31 points down. They were 31 points down at one stage in that second quarter, and a little bit of icing on the cake from Pollock.
What a great goal, but look at the Freo players. They're shattered now. What an outstanding second half. And from young players in big moments. Wines, Wingard, Pollock there. These are all young guys. Just an outstanding performance.
Yeah, the Dockers fans are starting to stream out of Patterson's now. They had a 31-point lead, Richo. 4-goal lead it was at half-time. And look at Kenny Hinkley. He's gone the fist pump. He said during the week, if we lose, it'll be a disappointing year. It'll be a failure. We needed to win 2 finals. We needed to get into a prelim final. And they do exactly that. They'll play the Hawks on Saturday night.
6 goals to 3 in the last quarter here for Port Adelaide. It's been a monumental second half. I think it's
12 goals, speaks me.
Yep. 12 goals in the second half.
Yeah,
you're right. To 5.
It was Robbie Gray in the third quarter. 4 goals in the third quarter. Got them back in front.
No, back down there, back uphill.
They've got players that can turn a game in a short space of time. Wingard and Gray, probably the 2 notable ones.
Has a 19-year-old ever played a better final than Ollie Wines? He's had 7 clearances, 5 tackles, 26 possessions, 3 goals.
What about the balance? 50% contested to uncontested.
Dunfield down the line. Westhoff marks at centre-half back. Oh, Kenny Hinkley's got to be absolutely wrapped when his team was down by 31 to still have the composure and know that it was within their grasp and not to throw it in. And you would think that Hawthorn, sitting home watching this, would just be a little concerned with the youthful enthusiasm and running ability of Port Adelaide.
Make anyone nervous the way they take the game on. It's just brilliant to watch. It's such a fantastic brand of football. And you knew at half-time that that was going to be the message. Just take risks, try and score, and they've done it in unbelievable style.
Port Adelaide, with a couple of seconds left on the clock here, are going to go into a preliminary final to take on Hawthorn Saturday at the MCG at 4:45 in the afternoon. Congratulations, Port Adelaide, as Ibbotson has a ping and misses to the right. It is Port Adelaide through. Fremantle's season is over.